of the 59th session. This representative is representing our Office of Campus Access and Engagement and is here to talk to us today about different HSI initiatives that our university is currently undertaking. So please give it up for our representative.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Sarah Martinez. I am the program manager for Title V grant that we received, being part of an HSI designated university. Out of all of the universities, I believe there are over 572, I think, as of just at the start of the year, designated Hispanic serving institutions in the country. Of those, we were one to receive a Title V grant that we compete with all of the other HSIs. Texas Tech was awarded this Title V grant in 2022. We are in year 2 of that grant. It is a span of 5 years at $3 million. So with that, what Texas Tech has to offer within HSI initiatives are retention specialists to provide holistic counseling or holistic advising for any student on campus, not just Hispanic or Latino students. It is open to all students. We provide other programming. We do HSI 101s across campus to inform our campus community regarding our HSI designation and the different programs that we offer on campus. We are available for all students to come if there's any organization that needs help with funding or manpower, anything like that. We are available to assist in any way that we can. I believe that's all. Our office is in Doak Hall. We are in the basement area. Please reach out at any time. If you would like more information, please contact our office, and we are here to serve our students. Thank you.
Thank you again. Rule 33, Section 2 of the Senate states any student enrolled at Texas Tech University may address the Senate during open forum on any issue. If you wish to address the Senate, please rise for recognition at this time. Seeing none, we'll move out of open forum. We'll now have reports from the executive branch, starting with Student Body President Joel Rivero.
Hello everybody, I'll try to keep this brief, but just to reiterate what I said last time, we're still having the conversations about fall break this Monday. I have a meeting with a lot of different faculty members to see what we need to be able to see what we need to do to be able to make this happen. To be fully transparent, this is not possible this year. We've come to that end of the road and we just can't see a way to be able to get that done for this coming fall. So we're looking ahead at fall 2025. So hopefully we can get some good work done for that to be able to be accomplished. And then we're still working on Grad Walk and then Green Week. We're gonna be reaching out to the Sustainability Committee to really work on that. But that's all of the updates that I have. If y'all have any questions or just wanna talk, reach out.
Thank you, Joel. Next, the updates from the Office of the External Vice President.
Sorry guys, Kendall could not be here this evening, but she did want me to let you guys know about a volunteer opportunity. The Lubbock's Lion Club is having their Pancake Festival from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. If you guys would like to volunteer for that, just reach out to Kendall for one of those shifts. And then there is an outreach opportunity. If you would like to get deputized to register voters or trained to be able to work the polls, which is $13 to $15 an hour, those both will count as outreach points. And that's all from the EVP. Thank you.
Thank you. There are no judicial reports at this time, so we will move on to my remarks. Starting with the outreach opportunity document. So after every Senate meeting on Friday, I send a follow-up email that has a document with every outreach opportunity we might have talked about at Senate or something that has come up. I would just encourage you, if you haven't been checking that regularly, make sure you're checking that after Senate each meeting. That way you know what outreach opportunities are coming up. Obviously, your duty as a senator is not limited to the time you spend in this room, and I would really encourage each of you to lean into this last part of the session and make sure that you're doing everything you can to reach out to your senators your constituents and other students on campus, as well as faculty. Next thing is welcome to our new senators. You will hear from our RNA chair in just a little bit about the new senators that we have worked to fill our vacant seats. So we're excited that they're here and excited that they have decided to join us this session. Just a message to you all, I'll be reaching out to you to meet with me this next week. That way we can just touch base on some important things about your role as a senator, and then you'll also be assigned a committee based on your interests. So you'll be hearing from me about that, but once again, welcome everybody else in the chamber. Please welcome them with open arms, as I know you will. And then finally for this slide is a weekly tabling opportunity. So our executive team has got together and we want to make sure that you have plenty of outreach opportunities as a senator. And so what this will look like is SGA will have a prearranged table in the free speech area, which is between the library and sub, every week on Wednesdays. The time is TBD right now, but a great way to get an outreach point if you want to go table, maybe it's about a piece of legislation that you're trying to collect constituent opinions on, or advocate for a specific program. If you are a part of another department on campus that really is trying to promote a certain program, that would be a great way for you as a senator to reach out and connect with your constituents. For this first opportunity next Wednesday, the sign up for that will be on the outreach opportunity document that I send out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and I would really encourage y'all to participate in that. This is the next announcement. Orientation Services wanted us to give y'all the opportunity to kind of see what they do. Obviously, you all are a great representation of our campus, and that might translate over into other areas of campus. So this is a job opportunity. Orientation Services, I think we've had a couple senators that might have done this in the past. So maybe talk to them about that if they want. If you want more information, you can reach out to me. This will also be on the email I send tomorrow. And then this is another opportunity for you all. Tech 10, we have the QR code up here and kind of the graphic for it, but this is a program being put on by the Student Life Division. And so what it's going to be is all of seniors at Tech who want to apply can apply to be one of the top 10 seniors at Tech. So would look really cool on a resume to be a part of the inaugural class of top 10 seniors at Texas Tech. So would encourage you all to apply for that. We would love to see some SGA participation in that program as well. And then finally, just a reminder of your legislation requirements, but also please try to get your legislation that you're writing and working hard on. And I would love to see more of that during Senate Meeting 12. We have no first reading legislation today, so would love to see that legislation you're working on start coming to the chamber. That way we can get that done and are able to send it to committees and work on it before we get to the end of the semester. And finally, I just want to give a big thank you to everyone that serves on our Budget and Finance Committee. This past about month, I know has been really grueling on them. They have worked really hard to interview the student organizations on our campus and then work to allocate all of our funds to them. And so I just want to say thank you to them, Catherine and Carter, for your leadership in that committee. So if you see them, make sure you say thank you for doing that, because it is a large task, but we're very happy that they were able to do that. With that being said, we'll move into routine motions and other business. Senator Grigsbell.
Hey everyone, just like Emily said a minute ago, we have some new senators, so I wanted to take the time to welcome and introduce those, and they'll be sworn in here in a minute. Over the past week or so, the Rules and Administration Committee took the time to interview these individuals and discuss and approve these individuals. So we just want to congratulate the new senators, and we're really excited to work with y'all. But those senators are Soar Kefi, who is serving at large, Jordan Dolan, at large, Maria Chanta, Arts and Sciences, Penelope Rodriguez, at large, Alessio Tenaz, Honors, Annie Soltizio, at large, Brady Ha, Rawls, Braden Heath, at large, Sam Davis, General Studies, Catherine Van, at large, and Dylan Kiefer, at large. Again, congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. With that being said, if you are a new senator, will you please stand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. It's also on the screen. I do hereby solemnly swear that I shall faithfully execute the duties of my office. I shall, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Student Government Association of Texas Tech University and the regulations which may be made in pursuance thereof. Congratulations. You may be seated. And are there any other routine motions or other business at this time? Hearing none, we'll now move into committee reports. Senator Adamek.
Madam President, I move that we suspend the rules of the Senate so that we can skip committee reports.
Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Shipp that we suspend the rules of the Senate requiring us to read committee reports. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. We will skip committee reports. Next on our agenda is first reading. However, there is no first reading agenda today, so we will move on to our Student Government Association calendar and our second reading items. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02. Senator Bentley.
Madam President, I would rise to introduce Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02. May I please continue?
You may.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time to be here today. This piece is pretty straightforward. It is just a Senate concurrent resolution to change the Constitution, to update the language in the Constitution. So currently in Article 2, Section 10, it mentions our 2 first-year programs that the Student Government Association offers. Currently it says the Student Government Association shall be vested with the advisement, appointment, and governing of Freshman Council and Freshman Leadership Association. This this Senate concurrent resolution changes the language to say these programs are now known as first-year council, and it will read, let me see, I apologize. Article 2, Section 10 will now say, the Student Government Association shall be vested with the advisement, appointment, and governing of first-year council and first-year leadership association. So with that being said, Madam President, I move to place this piece on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Hussein that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.02 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. For our new senators, if you will come to the front to give your vote to our journal clerk. You can make your way up now. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03. Senator Adamek.
Madam President, I move to reintroduce Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03. May I approach the podium?
You may.
Hello, everyone. Kind of like what Jackson was talking about, this is just one of those other pieces that came out of the Constitution Convention that everyone worked really hard to. This piece just reflects how amazing our student leaders have been, regardless of their gender identity. And so it just replaces the pronoun he with whatever the position title is. So it's pretty straightforward. This will go on the 2024 election for this upcoming SGA election cycle. So the students will actually get to vote yes or no if they want to adopt it, but first we have to push it first. So with that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Auer that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.03 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. New senators, you can actually state your seat and give us a thumbs up, thumbs down for your vote, and Ryan will record it from there.
Will y'all leave up your...
With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04.
Madam President, I rise to introduce Senate Resolution 59.04. May I close the public hearing?
You may.
Okay, I know we went through first reading with this last time, but I'm gonna outline the changes again because I know y'all didn't have the legislation in front of you. So I think that's important to sort of mention these changes as we move forward, especially being that now y'all actually have the legislation in front of y'all and y'all can actually read it. So very briefly, Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04 is regarding a change in the election code in sections, or in the Constitution, sorry, regarding sections 2.3, 3.3, and 4.3. The sections read, if you want to follow along, in lines 13, 14. For each section, respectively, they read, in the Student Government Association, all undergraduate senators must be enrolled in at least 12 resident hours while in office. Senators at large must maintain a grade point average of 2.5. Graduate senators must maintain a graduate point average of 3.0, and both must be enrolled in at least 6 resident hours while in office. Yes, this is all great. However, it does not reflect any notion or mention of judicial standing. For those of you that are unaware, judicial standing is the standing that you have within the university. That is, if you are a good student. For example, if you're booked with the Office of Student Conduct, let's say on a cheating scandal, your judicial standing within the university could drop. And this piece is sort of reflecting that change to the language of the Constitution. So all sections, both 2.3, 3.3, and 4.3, will be updated to include the line, if you want to follow along, on lines 22 through 24. It says, all senators must maintain a grade point average of 2.5 while maintaining at the time of election and the consequent term elected to good judicial standing within the university. So that change is going to be reflected in both sections 2.3, 3.3, and 4.3. There is no change to the graduate senators. We left that up to the discretion of the graduate school if they wanted to change their own requirements. However, for undergrad, we do believe that judicial standing should be a factor taken into consideration for to be able to serve a term on the student senate. And then very briefly, if y'all want to look at lines 50 to 53, that is the change that is proposed for the student body president. The language is the same. It's just reflected for the student body president. For the vice presidents, both the internal and the external, on lines 58 to 61. And then lastly, on the for the judicial, in lines 82 to 86. So the language is all the same. It's just adding that sort of little section to every piece of requirements for being able to serve a term. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much the chunk of the bill. But with that being said, I motion to move Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04 into third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Thurman that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.04 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Is there any debate? Senator Keller.
Yes, so in this bill, it has a lot of language which says you must be enrolled in at least 6 hours of residence credit courses. And must be enrolled in at least 6 semester hours of residence courses. All throughout the bill it says residence credit courses, meaning that people have to be taking them on campus. And I don't think that that is a quality language choice, because there's lots of people that take online classes now. So you could be a full-time student and still, be be present here in Lubbock just taking one course, and then you wouldn't qualify to be a senator anymore. And so that is the part that I'm taking a problem with. So I would ask everybody to vote no unless we can make a change on that.
Senator Alessio.
Yeah, so while your concerns are noted, this piece specifically is targeting the judicial standing. We didn't necessarily talk about any change within the residency hours. However, if we do decide to go back, we can definitely make another piece if that's something that the Student Senate would be like for updating the language with the hours, because there is a little bit of inconsistency. Some do say semester hours, and in other places they do say residence hours. So that's definitely another thing that we can evaluate looking forward. However, this piece 59.04 is in like the idea is to update the judicial standing and the judicial standing only.
Is there any further debate? Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With 2/3 majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.05. Senator Sustak.
Madam President, I rise to introduce concurrent resolution 59.05.
You may.
So this piece changes the secretary in the Constitution over to Chief of Staff. Madam President, I wish to place 59.05 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Moreno that we place Senate Concurrent Resolution 59.05 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a 2/3 majority vote. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With 2/3 majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Resolution 59.123. Senator Sustak.
Madam President, I rise to reintroduce Senate Resolution 59.123.
You have the floor.
Perfect. This one changes President Pro Tempore to Speaker of the Senate. Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolution 59.123 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Lamb that we place Senate Resolution 59.123 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senate Resolution 59.124. Senator Geisweit.
Madam President, I rise to reintroduce Senate Resolution 59.124 that I have first reading.
You may.
Hey everyone, this piece is updating seating in Lecture Hall 311 of the Ag Sciences Building. The seating's very outdated, very squeaky, about half, if not 3/4 of the seats are broken. After speaking with our Dean of our college and Associate of Student Life, they have agreed that this is an update they are willing to make and would like to move forward with. So with that, Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolution 59.123 on third reading and final passage.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Vega that we place Senate Resolution 59.124 on third reading and final passage. This motion is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any debate? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With majority in favor, motion passes. Senator Geisweit.
Madam President, I rise to reintroduce Senate Resolution 59.125 on third reading and final passage.
You have the floor.
This one changes President Pro Tempore to Speaker of the Senate. Madam President, I move to place Senate Resolution 59.125 on third reading and final passage.
With majority in favor, motion passes. We will now move on to our consent calendar. If you are presenting an item on the consent calendar, will you please make your way to the front. Senate Resolution 59.127. Senator Geisler, you have the floor.
Senate Resolution 59.127 is congratulating Dr. Darren Hudson on being awarded the Chancellor's Excellence Award in Teaching. He is, where does it say what his title is? He serves as Associate Dean of Strategic Innovative and Assessment, Larry Cumbus Endowed Chair of Agricultural Competitiveness within the Department of Agriculture and Applied Economics, along with his work as the university's International Center for Agricultural Competitiveness. Sorry, I'm not Englishing today. Anyway, so Senate Resolution 59.127.
Senate Resolution 59.128. Senator Shipp, you have the floor.
Alrighty, so Senate Resolution 59.128 is congratulating Texas Tech University for surpassing its centennial year goal of 1 million volunteerism and service hours. So about 50,751 Red Raiders contributed 1,137,932 hours of service for the centennial year initiative. Some of the organizations that were highlighted were the top 3 contributors of Alumni Association chapters in San Antonio, Rockwall, and Fort Worth. The top 3 contributing graduating classes were 1968, 1970, 1990. The top 3 contributors classified under decades of graduating classes were the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And then the top 3 contributors classified under Texas Tech University organizations were the School of Law, Go and Band Association, and Texas Tech Innovation Hub. And then the top 3 contributors classified under student organizations were the Association of Bangladeshi Students and Scholars, Delta Gamma, and the Go and Band Student Association. So I hope you guys consider supporting these students, and to congratulate the generous and giving spirit of Red Raiders across the world that contributed to Texas Tech surpassing its centennial goal of 1 million hours of volunteerism and service.
Thank you. Senate Resolution 59.129. Senator Alessio, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. This piece is to sort of mourn and recognize the loss of 2 combat veterans. One of them was a Texas Tech graduate. He was actually a graduate of the College of Arts and Sciences. He obtained a degree in sports management in 2014 in the College of Arts and Sciences, and they were both Navy SEALs. So they were Christopher Chambers, and he was from Maryland, and then Nathan Gage Ingram, and then he was from here. They were both killed in action in a raid gone wrong in the Mediterranean Sea, or I actually believe it was the Arabian Sea, and where Nathan Gage Ingram, while boarding a combat vessel, was he slipped into the water, and then immediately Christopher Chambers went to instinctively jumped into the water to save Nathan, but they were unfortunately both weighed down by the heavy equipment that they were carrying, and they both drowned at sea. Both Nathan Gage Ingram and Christopher Chambers died honorable deaths, and they served our country incredibly well. But yeah, this is just to commemorate the ability of one to serve more than yourself, to do something bigger than yourself, and nothing embodies that better than Nathan Gage Ingram and Christopher Chambers.
Is there a motion on the floor?
To move Senate Resolutions 59.127 through 59.129.
It has been moved and seconded by Senator Holmes that we place Senate Resolution 59.127 through 59.129 on 3rd reading and final passage. As a reminder, this motion must pass with a 100% vote. Is there any reason to vote separately? Hearing none, we'll now proceed to vote. Please vote in the polls. With 100% in affirmation, motion carries. Next on the agenda is our announcements. If any member of our Student Government Association would like to make any relevant announcements at this time, please rise for recognition. Senator Shipp.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to congratulate the new students for being stated into the 59th session. I'm at-large vice chair, and then Molly up the front is the at-large chair. And if you're serving as an at-large senior, feel free to reach out to any of us after the Senate meeting. I'll be standing here, so we can give you the contact information, and we can get in the loop
Thank you, Senator Shipp. Are there any further announcements? Hearing none, the next item on our agenda is adjournment. Is there a motion? Senator Suspect. It has been moved and seconded by Senator Bentley that we adjourn this meeting. This motion is undebatable, unamendable, and requires a majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Ayes have it. Meeting is now adjourned.